This year, 2018, we celebrate 100 years since the birth of a colossus of comedy, one Terence Allen Milligan. You might know him as Spike, and then you might not. I'm Michael Palin, and in this show I'm joining Spike's daughter Jane for a world-first exclusive earwig of an archive which gives us a real insight into Milligan's mind.
Hello, everybody. Many of you... going to say hello, everybody. Many of Oh,
Jane.
Hello.
This is great. It's so nice to be here with you and with Spike. So what are all these things we're going to hear, and have they been heard before?
Well, no. This pile of treasure, which we've been given by Matthew Scudamore, is the gentleman who's given them to me. He's the son of Pauline Scudamore, who wrote Spike's biography. It was published in 1985. She would come to our home in Barnet and sit and record him for hours on end, just chatting about his life. These audio cassettes, there's hundreds of them, all meticulously dated and recorded by Pauline on a very crummy old Sony recorder. So we've gone through them all, and between the conversations about the cat and the chaotic recordings of us all having tea, what happened really was he opened up in a way I don't think he'd ever really opened up before. So some of them start like this.
Now try. Hello, hello, hello. It's working. Hello.
Most start like this.
This is Friday, February 26th, 1982. On the way up to Mankenhurst to talk to Spike.
Or some are done on the telephone and they start like this.
On the line, please.
Well, who are you and how dare you?
I mean, awful, really awful.
He rang me up once and said, "Could I speak to the late Michael Palin? There's no point speaking to any people who are still alive." How old was he when these were done?
Well, I think he was early
60s.
Okay. It was done over a period of a few years, so the recordings go sort of from approximately 1980 through to 85. And she followed him everywhere, you know, trying to get the real story.
Which is quite difficult with Spike, I should think, because, I mean, some days I remember him as being terrifically chatty and other days just clamming up, and you had to just go with that.
Yeah, I think he decided he really liked this lady, Pauline Scudamore. So it was open, and he just spilt the beans about everything. I mean, I've only recently started listening to them because, to be honest, it was a little bit ouchy, I think.
Because it's your dad.
Because it's Dad, and he's not here anymore. But actually, when I've got down to it, it's wonderful.
Well, you know, you're talking to someone who thinks the world of Spike and thought the world of Spike and was hugely influenced by him.
Thank God.
Throughout, yes, thank goodness. So I'm dying to hear them.
No, you know, you were saying the other day, oh, this part of my life isn't so important for you to see it. But, you know, you as a person, you are so, what's the word? Multifaceted.
Yes, it's hell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially for me.
Yes.
Of course, the thing that I remember, I suppose, Spike most for was the Goon shows, which were a sort of shaft of light in my sort of boring childhood years at school. I couldn't believe that something as imaginative and strange and wonderful and extremely silly could be broadcast on the BBC, because things like that weren't done at the time.
This is the BBC. After the news, there'll be a talk on early Christian plastic knees and the first broadcast of a piece of knotted string. If you would like a piece of knotted string, send 3 rust-proof shillings to Honest Wald Greenstade of Weybridge. Ta. Hello, folks of world! Hello, folks of world! And in that order. Ta. That voice comes from inside a short, fat, round blob, namely Neddy of Wales. My first impression will be of Peter Sellers. My next impression will be of Spike Milligan saying thin. Thin! 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 That's thin enough. Oh, thank you, thank you. Remember, folks, saying thin cues you of monkeys on the knee.
Yes, if you've got monkeys on the knees, just there.
Thin!
And they're only 3 and 6 a box.
And the Goons settled down to being Spike and Peter Sellers and Harry Seacombe.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?